Alright, so I'm going to be making a tier list for the best units you could use in infinite mode for leaderboard runs, farming, any of the above. Yeah, so let's start with our 3 stars. So we got our Naruto, Sasuke, Rock Lee, Conqueror, Ino, Neji, and Tamari. Alright, so I'm saying Neji is last. Rock Lee is second to last. Ino is third. Kid Naruto comes after Ino. Tamari is the best 3-star actually. And then these are the top 3 for 3 stars. Alright, and then for 4 stars we're just going to place them right here and then we're going to move around. Alright, so let's start with Minato. He's definitely S tier with Ramen Guy right in front of him. Naruto is top tier B, like top B tier. Mostly because his active is just pretty bad. And you got Gar right behind, and then you got Obito on A tier with his really nice burns, with 10-10 right behind. And then I forgot about Sasuke here. But Sasuke is second to best B rank. Alright, let's start with our 5 stars now. Ooh, I also forgot about Neji. No. He's like second to best C tier at most. And then 5 star. Alright, so now for our 5 stars. Alright, we got Kumo right in front of Ramen, with Sakura right in front of him. And then for Tsunami, my opinion is that she is she's either in between Minato and Ramen Guy or right here. But I'm more lenient right here because I'll explain everything after I place everything. Alright, so with that out of the way, Jiraiya is right in front of Sakura with Orochimaru right in front of him. And then we got our precious one-tailed beast right after Orochimaru with Sasuke in front of him. And then for our all-time favorite, Hinata. And now we're going to have to balance some things out real quick because we can't have this many S tiers. Let's bring Minato back down to top A tier. And then have Tsunade lead the A tier. Alright, so this looks pretty much good. Alright, I'm going to be going from the bottom to up of explaining things. So we got Neji with his single hit, but he does hit hit-ins, but it's not really good. And same thing with these. Naruto, he only spawns like 100 HP clones, like constantly, but they're not really that good. And then you got Conqueror with very weak poison damage, but still does the trick when you're just starting the game. Then you got a good damage dealer right here. And then Neji is basically the same thing right as the 3-star, just doing more damage. And then you got Tamari for the all-time favorite. I would want to bump her up to B tier. Maybe. Just right there. Okay, so B tier. I already talked about Tamari. Gara. He has pretty good damage overall, but his starting SPA is pretty bad, per se. And then you got Curse Mark Sasuke, which is basically the same thing as him, but he does even more damage. And then the reason why Naruto is not higher than this is because his ability does increase his damage to like 900, I believe. But it's a 2-minute cooldown with a 1-minute activation period. Or even less than that, probably. And it's not that worth it. And then for the bottom of A tier, you got Tintin, which she's pretty good for like starting out, but once you get later on, like after wave 18, she kind of dies out. And then you got Obito with his burn damage, which is pretty good. Good enough to be A tier. And right after that, you got Minato with pretty good SPA. Pretty good cheap, like he's pretty cheap to place down and upgrade. And then you got Tsunami. The reason why she's not S tier is because let's talk about her gamble ability. I believe I know it's a low chance of like when you gamble a certain amount of money, you're gonna need to combo this with the ramen guy, because you gamble away money and you have a small chance for her to give you money back when you give her money, but there's a high chance of her getting angry and boosting her damage. But it only goes up, like the highest I've seen it is 1,100, and that's not really good for her damage. Like she's a cone AoE, so not that well. All right, let's go into S tiers now, which is the majority of 5 stars, of course. These are all the must-haves in the game. All right, let's start with Ramen Guy. He's the only farm unit you can get right now. But right now, leaderboard runs aren't really requiring farms. So you can get farther with more damage units. But overall, he's really good, and his skin is really drippy, so you know the 6-pass one. Alright, so Kumo, he is very annoying to get from challenge, because you don't automatically get him. It's a chance. And once you get him, he's a hill unit that costs over 4,000 or even 5,000 cash to maximize, which he only goes up to like 1,300 damage with very narrow hitbox. So the only map he's good for is the sand map with that hill area in the beginning. And then after you reach like wave 38, I believe, he doesn't really contribute that well. Alright, so from this point on, we are looking into the meta. Every unit from Sakura over is meta. You want to use them in every run you want. So basically, you want to run Sakura, Jiraiya, Orochimaru, Sasuke, and Hinata. And Shukaku if you replace Jiraiya with Shukaku if you can. And have someone else bring a Jiraiya to slow down units. Alright, so the reason why Sakura is right here is solely because she has a smaller AoE than everyone else does. And she's full AoE, so. But she's still meta, so. Better use her while you can. And then Jiraiya, he's right here, because everyone knows he slows. You need to slow down the units so you can do more damage. And especially for those fast runners past wave 35. Alright, so Orochimaru is very nice. He's more RNG than damage. Because once you get... Okay, so his first upgrade gives him very far reach poison damage, which is good for the beginning area. But once you get into further waves, you want to use his Edo Tensei ability, which is a 10% chance to, like whenever they kill a unit or an enemy, it has a 10% chance to summon that same enemy that it killed with the same HP from your base as your own unit. So it's basically your own army going against the enemies. And that's really that's a really big deciding factor in leaderboard runs, is how well your luck is. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about both of these now, and the reason why Sasuke is placed higher than Shukaku. Okay, so let's talk about Shukaku first. For one, you can only place one down per player. And then you shouldn't really care about much about the cost, but more about the damage. Is that he does around, I'm estimating because I don't know the actual number, 1,600, about that, damage every 12 seconds. So he's kind of like Sasuke, but with a AoE cone instead of full AoE. And this is where Sasuke steals the spotlight with his full AoE, like 1,700 damage. And then Hinata with the W of the everything. She's perfect in almost every way. She's a little bit expensive to upgrade. Not as much as Sakura, Sasuke, and Orochimaru. But once you actually get the upgrades, you can actually solo the beginning with her. And it carries you through 25 and all that. And she, at level 1, she does 1,000 damage at max upgrade with 6 seconds of cooldown. Same range as Sasuke. And the same amount of time Sasuke is cooling down. Hinata does 2,000 damage, while Sasuke here is doing 1,700 damage. So that's 300 damage more than what Sasuke can do. So of course she's going to be in the top. Alright, and that's pretty much my opinion on everything on the infinite tier list. But there's pretty much a lot of balancing to do in this game. Alright, so if you have any objections, claims, be sure to comment down below, and I'll try to respond to that as fast as I can. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.